Angie, how bad is this going to get?
Yeah, we've got multiple days of really concerning situations that are going to unfold for folks across the Caribbean, specifically Jamaica, Haiti, and down the line Cuba. We'll continue to watch this storm for multiple days. We do have that latest update. Winds are at 70 miles per hour, so still remaining a tropical storm, Melissa, with movement of just 3 miles per hour. That's one of the most concerning things that we're watching with this system. It's just going to essentially hang around this area for a prolonged amount of time. We've got the hurricane watches and warnings in effect for Haiti and Jamaica as they gear up to say potentially be looking at a direct impact for Jamaica down the line. Between now and then, though, we're likely going to see rapid intensification, so gaining 35 miles per hour in intensity in a 24-hour period. We've got extremely warm waters across this region, so no surprise that we'll likely see a Category 1 hurricane or plus that here as we get through the day today. And then notice Cat 3, Cat 4. By the time we're looking at direct landfall to Jamaica on Tuesday early morning hours, 145 mile per hour winds. Between now and then, we're going to get a whole lot of rain across this region, and that's going to be a whole other impact that we're concerned about. Down the line, Wednesday and beyond, we'll look for impacts to Cuba for a direct landfall, potentially a Category 3 at that time, and then we're going to see this system move away from the United States. So not looking at impacts to the U.S., but as I mentioned, that rainfall really impressive, 35 plus inches of rain, guys, across Haiti and Jamaica. Really, really concerning situation for multiple days ahead of us.
All right, Angie, see you back in a bit.
Also this morning, look at the forecast for the rest of the country.
Hi, guys. Yeah, it's October, so we're talking about World Series, but we're finally talking about fall weather that has settled in across the Great Lakes, across the Northeast. We're actually going to see cooler than normal temperatures for some folks, specifically in the Northeast. Notice as you look up through New England, we've got Providence checking in at just a high of 57 degrees today. Norfolk tops out into those low 60s. Milwaukee ends up into the low 50s this afternoon. Perfect for some fall activities outside. We've got the 60s tomorrow to round out our weekend in Cincinnati, upper 50s in New York City, and then down through the mid-Atlantic, we'll hang out into those low to mid and even upper 60s for folks there. By the time we head into our next work week, it's seasonably cool. We end up into the upper 50s for Minneapolis on Monday. If you're looking for the even cooler weather, notice Tuesday, you just get 50 degrees on the mark, upper 50s to low 60s for St. Louis as we head into early next week. Let's look at the weather across the country. Let's see what's happening in your neighborhood. And let's look at your forecast, guys.
Angie, thank you so much. Still to come, the new game changer in the battle.
Back after this.
For another check of the weather. Hey there.
Hi there, guys. We've got an active morning across the south. We're already ramping things up with this line of thunderstorms. You can see a whole lot of lightning and a thunderstorm watch and part of that area under a thunderstorm warning as well. A sliver of Texas going into parts of Louisiana. And this is because we've got some really heavy rain and some thunderstorms that are going to kind of ramp up as the day goes on. So what you need to know if you're going to be out and about anywhere from Austin down to the Gulf Coast, including Houston, Lake Charles, and really out towards New Orleans, we're going to see the potential for some stronger storms to develop into the second half of the day. So the wind gusts, the hail, 1 inch or larger, as well as a couple of tornadoes, all on the table for us here across this region through the rest of your Saturday afternoon. On top of that, flooding will be a concern too. So gearing up for anywhere from 1 inch to 3 inches of rain across this region. You can see some of those highest amounts centered across parts of Mississippi, Louisiana, and eastern Texas. Let's look at the weather across the country. Let's see what's happening in your neighborhood. And let's look at your forecast, guys.
So many important conversations happening.
All about Jeremy Allen White.
Just ahead, how artificial intelligence might just this morning got a sneak peek.
Indeed, I am, guys. Still to come, I have a new look at the highly anticipated Wicked sequel with a Lego twist. I'll explain after these messages.
We're back with Pop Start this morning. I'm handing over the baton to Angie.
Baton received, guys. Let's get started. Up first, we've got Wicked for Good. Fans are getting a sneak peek of the upcoming movie and a new behind-the-scenes featurette in Lego form. If you want to get in the mood for the sequel, why not watch Wicked again? And Wicked Good Week by watching them both and be changed, of course, guys, for good. I'm marking my calendars because I haven't seen the first one.
Oh,
I know, boo me.
No, I haven't either.
Okay, so
how did you two miss that?
We escaped it.
We disappointed Joe.
Yeah.
We're doing a screening.
Yeah, we need to get this in.
Yes,
and it's going to be a sing-along, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
You sing the loudest. All right. Up next, Wedding Crashers. Who could forget this classic scene? And 11th there's so much of that movie that it still makes me laugh. But rule number 76, that no excuses, play like a champion. That doesn't get old, does it?
It never gets old. Also, you meant 10 years old, right? It couldn't possibly be 20
Yes,
years
exactly.
old.
And we're all 21, Joe. Exactly. All right, and finally, Brandi Carlile, the talented singer, just released a new album Friday, and she announced she'll be hitting the road in 20 from the new album when she takes the Studio 8H stage as the musical guest on SNL in just 1 week. A lot of folks are going to be in line waiting to hear her new music and her old music. It never gets old.
She was so
Peter
good.
might be one of them.
Peter's a huge Brandi Carlile fan, and at the 50th anniversary for the SNL performance, she was incredible. Peter was out of his seat dancing. No surprise.
We need some video from that. All right, guys, that's your pop star.
Appreciate it.
Still to come, our Saturday morning boost and the musical twist. You know the music. We're back on a Saturday morning with the Time Warp to celebrate the 50th anniversary of a cult classic, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. The movie first hit theaters back in 1975, and today it's still going strong, especially with these popular late-night showings.
Yeah, and I personally knew practically nothing about the cult favorite, so Joe and I decided that we would check out one of those screenings right here in New York.
You could say it was our version of a time warp, but here's the deal. This was not an audience of baby boomers. Even after all these years, Rocky Horror is attracting fans of all ages.
I can't believe you guys left me out of it.
I know.
Next time. You want to go tonight?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't know about tonight, but maybe another time.
I think we need to take Peter with.
Oh, for sure.
We need to see
I'm
Peter
sure he's
doing the
been to
Time
a few
Warp.
late night screenings, right?
I'm sure. This was like nothing I have ever experienced. Truly. It was absolute chaos, but in the best way, so entertaining. It's an experience.
It absolutely is. And to be clear, many of the things we couldn't show you on morning television.
I'm surprised how much made it in.
Exactly. We found a way. And we also want to have a huge thank you to our senior producer, Katie Prim, for putting that piece together. Katie, a passion project for you.
Love you.
She directed us every step of the way. Thank you, Katie.
She's been looking forward to that. All right, Rocky Horror takes place on a stormy night. What's the weather looking like this weekend?
You know what, guys? We've got some quiet weather across the United States, but we, of course, are going to be watching the tropics. Melissa, Tropical Storm Melissa, 70-mile-per-hour winds right now, moving just 1 mile per hour. That update came at the top of the hour, so a nearly stationary system. Of course, we're concerned about the Caribbean, specifically Jamaica and Haiti, where you see those watches and warnings up at this hour. But one of the most concerning things is that we've got multiple days of extremely heavy rain on the way for places like Jamaica before they take the direct impact of that system as we get into early next week. Let's look at the weather across the country. Let's see what's happening in your neighborhood. And let's look at your forecast, guys.
Angie, thank you very much. Still had a real treat for you. Some epic card tricks.
Just Angie Lassman has a look at the storm's path. Angie, good morning.
Good morning, Willie. Unfortunately, this system is the worst case scenario for Jamaica. We have category 4, as you mentioned, 140 miles per hour and moving west at 5 miles per hour. It did undergo a period of rapid intensification, still undergoing another period of extreme rapid intensification, likely to become a category 5 by the time we get into tomorrow, and then taking aim at Jamaica here as we get into the early hours of Tuesday morning as a category 4. That brings storm surge, 9+ feet in some areas of that island, and then it will continue on as a category 4, potentially category 3, still a major hurricane as it takes aim at Cuba. Down the line, that system will speed up as we get later into the week over the Bahamas. But it's really the rain that's going to be the biggest concern for folks across specifically Jamaica. These are really unfathomable amounts across these regions, up to 40 inches of rain possible in eastern Jamaica. We've already seen ample amounts of it across this region over the past couple of days, and this system is a slow mover, so we're going to continue to see this for multiple days here as the island prepares for that direct impact. Now, between now and then, wind gusts 100+ miles per hour, so we'll already see some structural damage. We should expect folks across this area to not have power and communication for multiple days here as we gear up for these wind gusts anywhere 30, 50, 80, 100+ miles per hour. We'll see those coastal flooding impacts and that storm surge on top of the potential for all of that heavy rain, Willie.
Wow, hoping for our friends in Jamaica that storm somehow takes a turn. Meteorologist Angie Lassman. Angie, thanks so much.